Hi! If you were to rank flowers, where would roses land for you? For me, number one. I love many, many flowers, but roses, they're the tops. And I got so excited when I found the Stippled Roses Bundle in the January through April 2024 Stampin' Mini Catalog. And today, I'm going to demonstrate a card for you as a sneak peek. The Stippled Roses Bundle is one of the many awesome products from the January through April 2024 Stampin' Mini Catalog. I'm Shelley Godby, and for 22 years, I've been teaching you how to create hand stamped smiles through my YouTube videos, my Stamping Smiles blog, and my mailing list. So the Stippled Roses card I've designed is oh so elegant and simple to make. Come and watch as I give you this little sneak peek. Here's a closer view of the gorgeous Stippled Roses stamp set and coordinating Stippled Roses dies. And starting January 4th, 2024, when you order the two of these together using the special bundle item number I've listed right here, you'll save 10% on both. Why January 4th? Well, because it's from the January through April 2024 Stampin' Mini Catalog. I'm not allowed to show you inside yet, but there's a sneak peek of that catalog cover. Fantastic. So we have the big outline dies to die cut the two roses, the single rose, and the stems and leaves. But look, we have intricate dies too, and we're going to use both of those today. So even though I'm going to die cut this rose, I'm going to stamp it after and not first and show you a really cool trick that you're going to love. So what I need to do is grab my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. I've got my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and so now what I need to do is build what's called a sandwich to get to the appropriate thickness to die cut with these thin metal dies. So I'll start with plate number 1, and these directions are printed right on here, so you don't have to memorize this. And then plate number 2, and it takes no time at all where you just know what to do. And then we need something to cut into, and so that's a plate number 3, a cutting plate, and then our cardstock. So I have basic white cardstock here and much bigger than my die, this single rose die. That's because this will be a template. And after I make my template, then I'll be able to die cut smaller ones. I'll be making a lot of these this month, and this process that you're going to just love if you haven't seen it before is going to make that go so quickly. And then I have some old olive cardstock, and we'll use one of the intricate dies with that. And so this rough edge, well, that's the cutting edge. That's the same, that's the true on both of those. So we put that down, we'll cut into the cutting plate. And because I didn't stamp first, I don't need this to be perfect. I don't need to be perfectly centered around a stamped image. So I can just place it on there. And then I need a second cutting plate, a plate number 3. So, but you can see if I would scoot it on there, it would scoot the die. So instead we will place it. I just need for them to stay on the cardstock. We'll go ahead and crank this through. Love how nice and smooth the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine is. Okay, so here we go. We have our template, and this piece will get used. That is not going to waste. We'll set that aside, put my die back, and look at this intricate leaves. So pretty. Wherever it went. Oh, there it went. And we'll push out those little to give it even more in just a minute. But beautiful. And so then as I was designing my oh so elegant Stippled Roses card, I'm using Pebbled Path. And I thought, boy, I want to create a background. Well, you're going to love this. The brilliant backgrounds. Fantastic. So this big die is a little wider than my cardstock, so that's great. The image will go side to side. And for this, I want to make sure I have my points up. Okay, so it's looking oh so good. And then back with our second cutting plate. I'm not going to use anything to secure that because I'm going to just place it and then crank it through. All that pressure is going to give this really fantastic image that's going to be beautiful for our stippled rose. And there we go. And I'll push out all of those little ones and it'll get even better. So now we're going to use that template to stamp after die cutting. What I have here is the Misty. It's a stamp positioning tool, and this becomes our clear mount block. Okay, so let me show you what we're going to do. I'm going to take my beautiful rose and let's secure this. It comes with a very strong magnet. Secure that, and I'll close the lid and it will cling to it. There we go. And so that becomes our clear mount block or acrylic block. And I'm going to color with Stampin' Blend, so I'm going to use a Tuxedo Black Memento ink pad. Go ahead and get this good and inked up. Okay, and we will stamp it. All right, we've got that beautiful image. Well, remember the template that we made? Here it is. So what we're going to do is center that template around the stamped image. And so I'm looking for the white space all the way around, and I think that's looking really good. Let's take our magnet and hold both of those. So, remember this that we just die cut? All right. There we go. As I try to get my fingers on it, we'll place it in our template. Snap that into place. Come back with our Tuxedo Black Memento ink pad. Ink this again. There we go. And because I haven't moved anything, it's going to go just where I had it. And we will fill in only the die cut. So you can see how doing this will just save so much time, because look at that. Isn't that awesome? So I can just die cut a whole bunch of those, snap it in, ink, close it, do it over and over and over. Huge, huge time saver. The Misty isn't something that Stampin' Up! Carries, but I'll have a link in my video where you can pick it up on Amazon, because it's not something I use for every card, but there are times where, like this project, it's just going to come in so handy and you'll be so glad to have it. So we have our die cut pieces that have some things hung up in it. So we can take our Take Your Pick tool and just push them out. They just fall right out. There we go. And then on this one, I could sit there and poke them out individually, or there's an optional tip, this brush tip, and it comes with the foam mat and brush over top. And see, then they just start falling out. And they cling to that mat very, very nice. And if you don't get them all, we'll just go ahead and finish poking them out. They just, look at that, loosen them all up. Now, isn't that sharp with all the holes in there? Oh, looking oh so good. Someone new to card making may be watching, so let's show them how we create card bases out of an 8.5 by 11 sheet of cardstock. This is more Pebbled Path cardstock, and what I want to do is have this to be 4¼ inches wide by 5.5 long and open from the bottom. So I'll be cutting it along the 8.5 inch mark. And so to do that, I have my paper trimmer. There we go. And I can go out a little further. There we go. So you can see more of it. And with it, we have 2 blades. The lighter gray, well, that's the scoring blade, and I'll show that in a bit. And the darker gray is the cutting. And As I said, we'll cut along the 8.5, and this will make 2 card bases, so we'll need to cut it in half. And to do that, I'm pushing from the bottom. That makes it easy to push up. There we go. Half of 8.5 is 4.25. So here's 4, there's 5. That longest line in between, there we go, is 4.5. Between the 4 and the 4.5, that second longest line is the 4.25. So we're going to place our cardstock on the line, not next to it, butt it up against the top. Here we go, come back out, butt it up against this edge because that'll square it off, and follow the line down the whole way. So go ahead and cut that, and that easily, as soon as I get this out, we have 2 card bases. Fantastic. So the scoring blade, very nice. If you just take cardstock and fold it, it doesn't fold neatly. It is unattractive. So let's go ahead and pick this up again. And so this is 11 inches long. So this time we're going to score it in half. So remember that longest line between the whole numbers? Here's 5, here's 6. That longest line will be 5.5. And we'll place it on that line and take the scoring blade, and I run it a couple times because I don't apply a lot of pressure, and it creates that crease. You can see that crease. That crease is really important because we get a really nice, neat fold. So we'll use a bone folder to finish this fold, give us a crisp, clean fold, and fold against it. There we go. I always line the edges up together because it was a human cutting and scoring this, me, and I'm not perfect. And so I line those 2 up and then take the edge of my bone folder, and we've got that nice crisp fold. So now we're set to continue, and we'll do our coloring. So I've come in nice and close so you can see me coloring with the Stampin' blends. And I chose my colors, Bubble Bath, Moody Mauve, and you won't be surprised because we die cut with it, Old Olive. And this is just one of the 50 3-color in combinations I put together in my 23-25 in color combinations ebook. And I mix them with the other core colors, not with the 22-24 in colors, because those will retire, and so this will keep you going for quite a while. But we're going to use these 2 pinks together, oh so pretty. And I'm going to use the dark Bubble Bath, and I think I'll use the bullet end, and we will just color in all of it. And if a lot of times when you're doing blending, you don't want to do a big area, but this is a small rose, so we'll color it all in. You like to work in sections to get those colors to blend really well. Like I said, this is so small. Here we go, but gorgeous. So pink roses is why I'm doing this, are my absolute favorite roses. And then I'm going to continue with the Moody Mauve and use the bullet. And do you see all those black dots throughout this? Well, that shows us that's where the shading is. So we will just go ahead and fill those in. It doesn't cover them up completely at all. So we can still see all that detail. But like I said, it shows us where the shading would naturally fall. Isn't that cool? So, so pretty. There. I want to make sure I catch that. And you can add more. You don't have to stay with what they did. But if you do, it tends to turn out to be really pretty. Look at that. Oh, these 2 colors together are so pretty. So now we have just the leaves, and I will start again with the bullet point. And I'm starting with the light. I don't know that there's a right or wrong way. You could start with the shading, then add in the light. I tend to shade after. You could throw in another color. You could throw in some yellow. That would be pretty too. I kept it pretty simple. Right? And so let's use that bullet point. And again, you can see the veins on here. Doesn't that add a lot? So pretty. Oh my goodness. And there we go. Easy, 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 and quick, but the results are just stunning, so vibrant. So now we get to put it all together with a little Celebration 2024 sneak peek. Celebration is the best time of year for us card makers. Christmas is over and now we get the gifts. So here is the cover of the Celebration 2024 brochure, and there are a lot of fantastic goodies inside that are free with purchase. I didn't add them all up, but there are quite a few selections that are free with 50 and a couple that are free with 100. And free means free. So this starts January 4th, 2024 and goes through February 28th, 2024 in my online store. Fantastic. And so I'm going to give you a little sneak peek. I'm using, look what we have here. This piece is from the Softly Stippled 12 by 12 designer series paper. Would you like to see more? That's just one. Okay, so there's this. And then I have these where we have one side and then the other without all that flipping. Look at that, more roses. Texture is always awesome. This will coordinate pretty well with something else in the spring mini, the January through April. There we go. Patterns, awesome. More texture. And so that's how I chose my colors, the pebbled path for my card base, because I wanted to use this beautiful pattern. Oh my goodness. Okay, so keep giving this a quick look at these. So much fun to get a sneak peek. This is just one of the choices that are free with 50. Okay, so I cut this to go edge to edge on here, but before we started hearing anything, I have to stamp our greeting, and I've got the best birthday wishes that's included in the Stippled Roses stamp set. And we've got Happy Mother's Day in a gorgeous script font. Congratulations, and sending thanks in a mix of the print and the script. Okay, so back with our Tuxedo Black Memento ink pad. There we go. Give this a good inking. And this isn't adhered down yet, but just so I can have my placement, we'll come over here and stamp. Oh, that looks oh so nice. Okay, whoop, I covered it up. So let's go ahead and put this away. And so now with my Stampin' Seal, I put my finger where it's a little opaque. There we go. And I think I already said that. I cut this to go edge to edge, and so we'll take it to that design. Isn't that sharp on there? That is so sharp. Whoops, I just scooted that. We don't want to do that. Let's carefully get that up and put it on there nice and neatly. There we go. Okay, and so with my, what I often tease, my favorite accessory, Stampin' Dimensionals. It just amazes me how giving a little bit of a lift adds so much. So always one in each corner, but this is a good size piece, so typically I'd put one in the center. Well, in the center, I've got a bunch of holes. I don't want white showing through. So I'll show you what we're going to do after I get these 4 corners taken care of. Okay, so our design dips down right here. So let's put one in here. Nothing will show through. That one's already coming off for us. Yeah, cool. And this one too, and right in here. So this is going to give it extra support without compromising our design. So I'll go ahead and put this on here. And what I like about this, so I've got pebble path on pebble path. I like the tone on tone because I really wanted pebble path to my rose to be against it. But had I die cut into this 2 things, it weakens it a little bit. And it would have shown through when we opened it. That's not a look we want. So we'll just put the same color on the same color. And it just, yeah, oh so elegant. All right, so let's come back with our Stampin' Seal. Put some on here. And a lot easier to do that than try to put it onto this piece. And there we go. Give it some more leaves. And we could use the Stampin' Seal again, but no. Not when you have Stampin' Dimensionals. So a couple. This is pretty good size. We don't want to get out there where we can see them, but this will be plenty of support. And if they're ever not peeling off as easily as they are for me, what a nice package. Just press down with your thumbnail. It makes that edge pop up, so it's really easy to get off. And there we go. Isn't that sharp? Oh, so elegant. Oh, the piece didn't come off. The backing. So that's not laying down very nice. There we go. Let's adhere that. And so there we go. And oh, so elegant and easy Stippled Roses card. So the Stippled Roses Bundle, it'll be available to order starting January 4th, 2014 in my online store. But you know what? Until then, you can order these brilliant backgrounds, Stampin' Blends, and don't forget, we have the retiring list out for the September through December 2024 mini catalog, and select products are discounted up to 60% off. So a lot of things to purchase still in December, and then be ready for this on January 4th, 2024. If you'd like to make my Stippled Roses card, well, you'll have to wait till January 4th, 2024 to order it in my online store, www.shopwithshelley.com. But I've got good news. When you place your December 2023 Stampin' Up! Order of $50 or more with me, I'm going to send you one of my oh-so-elegant Stippled Roses cards. And so remember, we have products that are discounted up to 60% off from the September through December 2023 Stampin' Up! Mini catalog. So go ahead and grab those now, and when your order gets to $50 or more with me, I'm going to send you one of my sneak peek Stippled Roses cards. So get on over now to my online store, www.shopwithshelley.com. I'm Shelley Godbee, teaching you how to create hand stamped smiles. Be sure to subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up. Thanks for watching.